if you look at the crisis with refugees, how will Angela Merkel actually deal with this when talking also with Vladimir Putin, who's a kind of conduit maybe between the two regions?
Yes, and you know, Francine, that's a very good point, because until now, Angela Merkel is a person that has been or has served as a bridge between Russia and the European Union, being someone who grew up in East Germany, who knows the country well, who also speaks the language. She's had very direct contact with Vladimir Putin. Now, the refugee story will feature, I would argue, and I would say that a lot of the political analysts that I've been speaking to in the past few days actually say that we won't see a repeat of 2015 because Europe will pay up front this time, and a lot of services and directions have already taken place in the border to stop that from happening this time around. The second issue that will feature highly, of course, is what to do with the Taliban. You know, the German government is really scrambling and rushing now to get their personnel out of the country. We know they're removing their embassy for the time being. There's no clear sense of direction as to whether or not they will recognize a potential regime coming out of the country. The Russians, however, they say they stay put and they will keep their personnel in the country. And then the second issue, which always features very highly when it comes to Russia, is what to do with the Nord Stream pipeline. That is a conversation that will also come up in that meeting. We know that the Germans have said we will go ahead with the construction, but they have also pledged that they will help Ukraine over any potential moves from Russia, but also the money, the revenue, Francine, that they will lose from transit fees as a result of the Nord Stream pipeline too. So that is something that will feature very much still on the agenda. The energy conversation is a perennial issue when it comes to Germany and Russia.
It certainly is. Maria, of course, we're looking at an important general election in Germany in September. How will the refugee crisis, how will Afghanistan change the game?
Well, it could to some extent, to the extent that the CDU, the Christian Democrats, Angela Merkel's party, they have said that they want to avoid this repeat of the 2015 chaos. We have seen, however, the Greens yesterday when I was on the campaign trail with Annalena Baerbock, she was much more progressive on that, saying we have a duty to protect these people. But the election at this stage is very much about the SPD and Olaf Scholz climbing in popularity week after week. He's added 7 points, Francine, in the space of a week. When you ask Germans, who do you trust to be the best chancellor, they'll tell you 40% of them it will be Olaf Scholz. So it's now not so much about the topics, but it's about the people. And this is new for German elections, because until now, just like in many other places of Europe, it was really about the party politics, not the person. In the dynamics we see in polls, it is very much about the candidate and the polling in terms of the popularity of each individual person.